Get ready. Get set. It's time for the basement view. Well, good evening. How's it going? It's Friday, February 28th, 2025. Man, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hey, Charles, what's happening, man? Boy, I tell you, you got to be kidding me. You know, today, I'm just outdone. I'm just outdone, Charles. Getting closer to the spring. Yes, absolutely. It's getting closer to the spring. I'm assuming you saw that big old ruckus at the White House today. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Trump's getting his ass spanked all over the world. You say, oh, hi. say hello to me first. Lisa, you sick. Ah, that's funny. Hey, what's up, James? Okay, so, hey, what's up, Carmen? Hey, you know what? I'm going to assume that we all saw that blow up at the White House. I am going to attempt to play some of it for those that didn't see it, if there's anybody that didn't see it. I got to say, I'm just outdone. I'm just outdone. Oh, you didn't see it, Carmen? Oh, wow, okay. Well, you'll see some of it this evening. If you didn't see it, you know what? I have. Oh, you've been gone all day. Okay, you didn't see it either, Charles. Okay, well, good. Because I'm going to try and play some of it for you. Because, you know what? We got a chance to see how petty our president and vice president is. Okay? We got a petty vice president. How did everyone do with the economic blackout? That's a good question. I was going to ask y'all what y'all think. Has anybody been talking about it? Hey, Vanessa, what's happening? How you doing? I was wondering that myself. I haven't seen anybody yet speaking about it. I was going to ask y'all if y'all heard anything about the blackout. I participated. I didn't go buy anything today, but that's easy for me. I do that quite a bit. Didn't spend a damn dime. Okay, there you go. You told your doctor about it, Carmen? Well, I had an interesting conversation with a couple of people yesterday. A couple of people told me, you know the song, man, that ain't gonna do no good. And I said, well, how do you know? How about we both participate and we see, you know? And they said, yeah, you're right. You know, I go on and stay in tomorrow. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the same. So I didn't spend a dime today. Again, that's not unusual for me. So I just hope others participated. And from what I understand, it is going to be done again next month, which is cool. See, that was my opinion. My opinion was we need to do this a little more regularly. You say I'm frugal? Hey, Ronnie, well, I don't know if frugal would be the word for it. But we'll go with frugal. So, for me, I'm just, I just typically buy stuff that I need. That's just been me for the longest. So I'm thinking if they're gonna do it again next month, and maybe the month after that, and the month after that, let it pick up some steam. I tell you what, if you take one day and not spend any money, the next day you're gonna feel kind of good about it anyway, because you're gonna have money in your pocket. And hey, who don't like money in their pocket? Other than those that money burn the shit out of them. Some people out there, that money burn them to death. So it is what it is. So hopefully that's something that can pick up steam. And even if you do spend some money, try and do it, locally, in a small store. Try and find what you need in a small store somewhere in your community versus going to the big guys. Say they should do it every month. Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, Charles, that was the flyer I saw today. Said it's going to be going on again next month on the 28th. And I think, hey, okay, that might catch on. That might be a thing. It catches on when it gets popular. And if it's the same day every month, that can get popular. At least on the 29th, you'll still have some money. So I think that might kind of be something to do. And yes, absolutely right, Carmen. And also, we're going into March. We're going into spring. So, it's going to be warming up. You'll be able to get out, do some stuff without spending money. Find some stuff to do without spending money. And there's also on different flyers, days and weeks that they're trying to get established too. So, hey, we'll see if this thing can move on. Can grow some legs. Sounds good to me. So, okay, for those of you that did not see this spectacle today, what's that comment today was 70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Hey, y'all, I think Carmen trying to rub that in, Well, hey, we got 60s, okay? I think we hit the 60s today. I ain't sure. Let me see. I think we hit the 60s today. Well, it's 53 now, so it must have been in the 60s. So at least we did. We had some sun, too. Of course, it was windy as all get out. But hey, we had a pretty good day, and tomorrow is March 1st, so I think we may have the coldest weather behind us, Oh, you did see it, Ronnie. Okay. Well, look here. For those that didn't see it, let me see if I can play a little bit of it. Let's find out.
Hear this conversation. If you're just joining us now, a conversation that devolved into a shouting match, an argument, we are told, between President Trump, President Zelensky, Vice President J.D. Vance. They are all in the Oval Office here. Let's bring it to you right now in full on Bloomberg.
The United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2014.
2014?
Yeah. So
I was,
he killed,
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count one.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems.
Okay, let's stop it right there. Now, did you see J.D. Vance start that conversation off talking about Joe Biden? He immediately made it political. Okay? He immediately made it about what Joe Biden did. Now, President Zelensky, all he wanted to do was explain to J.D. Vance, who seemed to have a wrong idea of the timeline and the facts. Okay? So he just explained it to him. Did you see J.D. Vance accuse the man of trying to litigate something in front of the American people when he started the conversation? And he got mad because the man literally explained to him what was going on. And then he turned around and said he's being disrespectful. Is that crazy? J.D. Vance instigated all of the ill will that took place in the very beginning. In the very beginning, he instigated all that ill will. Now, pay attention. From this point on, President Zelensky, who is trying to communicate with these people with his best English, and he's trying to explain something in the best way he knows how, because J.D. Vance just put him on defense by accusing him. He accused him of trying to litigate in front of the American people. Now check this out. Watch Trump and then Vance, and we'll talk about it.
Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You
God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very
You
strong.
will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
I'm not
cards.
playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
I'm
Yeah, you're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling
I'm
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You're
gambling with World War III.
What do you think
You're
about?
gambling with
What do you
World
think
War
about?
III. And
You-
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire
today.
meeting, have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of
are you speaking
America
about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country is
Can I-
in big
can I-
trouble.
can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
Can
You've
I
done a
answer?
lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn
We-
good chance of
we are
coming out
staying-
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said thank
stupid
you.
president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
Yes. What about West
if you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of
except
times
that
thank
there,
you
except
to
that,
American people.
except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very
I understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running low
I know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look. If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're
I
saying
said-
you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
that
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means. It
That was
wasn't
with
with you.
a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
But this
That
is
was
your-
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry, here.
It's going to be a tough deal to make. Because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia, the 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing.
Okay. Now, hey, Charles, is that crazy? Hey, Ronnie, is that embarrassing or what? Is that embarrassing? It just so happened. I happened to be watching when this happened. I was outdone. I was just outdone. First of all, J.D. Vance was so disrespectful to the dude. And then Trump. And then blame him and say he was being disrespectful. And then kept saying he hasn't said thank you. Now, how many times you want the man to say thank you? He's been saying thank you for 3 years. He's been telling the American people thank you for 3 years. The people of the world are in support of Ukraine. Yeah, Lisa, absolutely. Absolutely. And most of the people in the U.S. I think we're about to find out, okay? We're about to find out where the split is, okay? Because check this out. You know the usual suspects, the Lindsey Grahams. They came out immediately and started talking about Zelensky and blaming Zelensky. They immediately did. Funny thing, though, when this came out, I turned immediately to Fox. Okay, I wanted to see what Fox News was saying. And true to form, they always get the story right when it happens. But I guarantee you, tonight it'll be all Zelensky's fault. Guarantee you. His clothes, well, Zelensky is fighting a war right now. You know, Zelensky has to be able to move and do what he's got to do. The man is in the middle of a war right now. So he can't be running around in suit and ties, you know. And that's a very interesting point. Put a pin in that, okay? We're going to get back to that. Just put a pin in that. But you know what? I think this was set up. I think they ambushed him. I think they ambushed him. I don't think they intended to sign no deal today. I think they intended to make him look bad to Fox News. He's got Fox News and a whole bunch of other right-wing people there in the room. And I think this was on purpose. I think this blow up was planned. I think they wanted to belittle him. I think they wanted to make everything his fault. I think the first thing Trump did was start saying how Putin was accused of this and accused of that, and Putin been through a lot. Really? Putin's been through a lot? You telling me Putin's been through a lot? Come on, give me a break. Putin's been through a lot. Somebody tell me what Putin's been through. Somebody tell me, what has Putin been up against? You know, I'll wait. I can't even believe it. I couldn't believe my ears. This guy's arguing for Putin. Yeah, girl. They look incompetent as hell. Ronnie, I ain't seen incompetence like that in the White House. I've never seen it like that, I guess. You know, this is incompetence on a whole nother level. Now, check this out. Okay, this is what, listen to the report of what Trump came out with right after this. Listen to this.
Rest of what we were expecting to take place at the White House today is off. Bloomberg just confirming that the joint press conference that was scheduled to be this afternoon between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is canceled after an argument in the Oval Office. Today was originally supposed to be about signing a minerals deal, and no sign that is actually going to take place, as President Trump has taken to True Social, saying he is determined that Zelensky is not ready for peace if America is involved. He went on to say he disrespected the United States of America and its cherished Oval Office. He can come back when he's ready for peace.
Yeah, so we've got a problem. This was a meeting that devolved into a bit of a shouting match. Voices were raised, an argument took place, and we brought you into the Oval Office for this conversation. It was really once Vice President J.D. Vance started to address and challenge Volodymyr Zelensky about not being thankful enough that things started to get chippy. By the time Donald Trump was speaking, he was genuinely angry and threatening to pull out of all of these talks. Now, you mentioned his post on Truth Social.
Now, see, even they noticed it was J.D. Vance that started this whole thing. And I'm amazed. That's the first time I've seen the person that's supposed to be the vice president say anything at one of these. This is supposed to be just a photo op. Now, how did a photo op turn into that if it wasn't planned? How is J.D. Vance saying anything? You got two presidents that are supposed to be speaking. You tell me. I think the man was set up. I think they just, I think they did this for Putin. I mean, there's no way that they're not dancing in the streets in Russia. The Russian media has to be just loving this. You tell me. Tell me y'all thoughts. That's my thought. You know, the Russians got to be loving it. And imagine what the rest of the world is saying right now. Imagine the newspapers around the world tomorrow. Imagine anything being said about us good tomorrow. Can you imagine one thing good being said about America tomorrow? We gonna discount today because you know we getting dogged out today. But when the rest of the world wakes up, which is like right about now, as a matter of fact, yeah. What is it? Yeah, it's 7:30 here. They waking up around the world. So that's the craziest stuff I ever seen. And that was supposed to be our president. So anyhow, wow. That just, that messed me up the rest of the day. Because that just put like the icing on an already messed up cake. That's messed up icing on an already messed up cake. Hey James, yeah, if you was about to travel out of the country, yeah, I'd probably cancel that. I wouldn't go nowhere out of the country. Usually, now here's what's messed up. Yeah, they threw the dude under the bus. Charles, that's exactly what they did. But here's the killer. Now, speaking of going out of the country. Now, typically, if you thought the world was upset with you, you kind of halfway felt good that, well, if I need to leave the country, I could either go to Canada or Mexico. And see, what Zelensky was trying to tell the ignoramus that was sitting there, he was trying to say, hey, look, everybody have problems when they in the middle of a war. Now, we have been fortunate enough that we got an ocean between us and anybody that would want to do us harm. This is the reason we have never been engaged in a war right here on the mainland. Guess what? This ignoramus is making our neighbor to the south hate us and our neighbor to the north. That was our buffer. Okay? That was the insurance that we would not get raided on the mainland. This idiot is literally trying to destroy America. We say, Ronnie, you cried after seeing that. You know what? I'm going to tell you something, girl. I was, let me tell you, sister girl. I was feeling some kind of way behind that myself. I'm like, man, that was amazingly incompetent. Instead of telling the man he hasn't said thank you. You still didn't say thank you. You didn't say thank you not one time today. You could have said thank you. I wanted to call the beat. Shut your head up. Say America, Russia, and China, the new evil axis. Yeah, the new axis of evil. You know what? That might be the plan. Got a new axis of evil. And, you know, the world that, you know, I used to know is not this. Yeah, hey, let's not forget that, Ronnie. To make matters worse, they threw him out. They literally threw him out of the White House. Okay? Well, at least, you know, that's what they're saying. And the way he left the White House, hey, let's say he was either thrown out or just pissed enough that he just left, you know, decided the hell with it, you know, because, you know, but hey, it's a good chance they threw him out, you know, because that's the kind of guy Trump is, you know. He get mad and, nah, I don't want to talk anymore. We ain't talking about nothing. And the sheer, yes, disrespect is just what I was just thinking. The sheer disrespect they showed this man who has spent 3 years trying to save his country from a ruthless dictator hell-bent on destroying his entire country. And this is how he got treated in the White House the first moment he got there. The moment he got there, this is how he got treated. Huh. You know what? Right now, Zelensky has not been using some of the real heavy equipment that has been given to him. He's been holding back because Biden was the last one to sign off. They didn't want to unleash him to actually attack Russia deep into Russia. You know, after today, I wouldn't blame the man if the next time Russia bombed him, he just took the gloves off. I wouldn't blame the man. Okay, y'all not gonna help me? All right then. You know? Hit that thumbs up for me. Ring that bell. Subscribe. Let's make that algorithm do its thing. They attack us. I don't know what you mean by that, Ronnie. But I'm assuming you mean Ukraine. Well, the Ukraine people have been using a lot of restraint because they got some weapons that they could have used and they haven't been using them. See, the European Union and America put some handcuffs on them. They said, we're going to give you this stuff, but you can only use it, you know, when push comes to shove. And we'll let you know when you can use it. And up until late last year, everybody had signed off except Biden. And he finally did late last year. So this whole thing might change. This whole thing might escalate after this. You pray that the Dems in Congress vote to impeach and remove ASAP. Well, Lisa, that ain't going nowhere. they could turn on us after this stupidity. Well, yeah, the entire rest of the world could turn on us. But like James just said, this may be the beginning of a new axis of evil. Now, there's one question about that part. He should unleash heavy shit soon as he gets back. Well, I figured you would think that way. He probably not going to do it as soon as he gets back, okay? But this thing about this new axis of evil, my question is this. Not only is the world watching this, but our own military is watching this. I want to know how many of the people in our military is going to turn axis of evilish. You know, Trump can go out there and talk all the shit he want to talk. But how many people in our military is going to be fighting in a war that he's trying to send somebody to for some crazy reason he's come up with? You tell me. Because it sounds kind of crazy to me. See, my problem is this. This dude, he's on here screaming about World War III. Where in the hell does that put us? Because if I was in the military, I'd be like, you're lying. I'm not getting ready to go fight shit for your ass. You started this, you carry your ass out there on the front and do some fighting. You know, we got a bunch of people in the military that is supposed to be fighting for good. You know, the American way, the Constitution. We ain't fighting because some jack off pissing everybody else off. Come on. So, y'all know anybody that would be willing to fight for Trump? I know a lot of people just got out of jail that would love to fight for him. Send their ass over there. They talking about putting peacekeepers in Ukraine now. Boots on the ground in Ukraine. Send them motherfuckers you just got out of jail that love you right on over to Ukraine. Hey, they're your peacekeepers. Hey, you got oath keepers? Send them on over there. Proud Boys? Hey, head that way. You know? That's crazy. You tell me what you think. Those are my thoughts. I can't even believe this. Now, one last thing, something Ronnie was talking about. Get this. Check this out.
What a dumb question. The man is in the middle of a war. Watch this.
Second question.
My second question for President Zelensky. Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if do you own a suit?
Yeah, you have problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting
I don't
the
have
dignity of
such.
this office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe one.
Maybe something
maybe
like this.
something like
Yes,
yours.
sir.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Maybe something better. I don't know. We will see. Maybe something cheaper than yeah. Thank you. Thank you for.
Now, check that out. Do you believe one of them jerks hanging out in the office had the nerve to ask him why he's not wearing a suit. Hey, James, right. Elon Musk ain't wearing no suit around there. He never wear a suit. I bet you that same jackoff don't never ask Elon Musk nothing about his clothes. What if Russia decided to take America like Trump wants to take other lands? Yeah, they do think the same. You know, I've thought that question myself. What if Russia, you know, I guess they got to wait and get through chewing on Ukraine. But what if, you know? And I don't think that guy was a reporter. I think that was one of the aides or something, you know. Could have been a Fox reporter. The shit getting so bizarre, it's almost unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. I bet nobody ever questioned Elon Musk about not wearing a suit. And Elon Musk looked like he just left Dairy Queen after coming from a crack house. This man is in the middle of a war. He got to fly over here, try and deal with this jackass we got for a president, and then fly back to a war. And they want to talk about his clothes. His clothes. Are you kidding me? In the middle of this stupid ass photo op that just went to hell because these two jerks couldn't constrain themselves, I bet they set this dude up. I bet they meant for this to go bad so they could blame him. Say, no, we ain't got no deal. Vladimir, go ahead, do your thing, man. Do whatever you want to do. His kid put boogers all over the desk. Yeah. I bet they didn't say shit to that kid either. I bet they didn't say nothing to the kid. I bet the kid probably said, you better not say nothing to me. I'll put some shit on your pants. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, they literally, you know what? They literally said something about the man's clothes. And Elon Musk is there all the time with no suit, no nothing. Dirty t-shirt, ball cap. If that ain't crazy, and the world was looking, the entire world was looking. Boy, we look really stupid right now. We look stupid as hell right now. We look stupid as hell right now. Folks, and it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. Yeah, I'm embarrassed too, man. That was one of the feelings I had too. I mean, I'm like embarrassed as all get out. I'm like, wow, man. But I'm also pissed. You know, that's making me madder than I already was. because they voted for this. They voted for this. I hope they are so proud. I hope they're proud as hell that they got this country looking like this. I hope they looked at that interview, and I hope Fox News just gussied it up for them. I hope the spin doctors got out there and just spun it till it made like Zelensky put boogers on one of their pants legs. I hope they did. I hope the MAGA folks is out there loving every minute of this, because it's about to be hard on their ass. It's about to be hard on them. Matter of fact, just before coming on, I hear about to lay off 7,000 out of Social Security. Okay? I heard they about to lay off 7,000 out of Social Security. I mean, James, man, I'm mad. I'm so mad I don't know what to do. You know? Ooh-wee. I'm so mad that I can't wait for it to start hurting them. Man. I can't wait for it to start hurting them. I ain't gonna have no mercy. None. None. Yes, I forgot about that, Ronnie. I did. They literally fired a bunch of meteorologists from NOAA. For all of you who don't know who NOAA is or what agency that is the people who monitor all of the weather patterns for you and I. When you look at the Weather Channel, well, the Weather Channel gets all their information from NOAA. Okay? And they think we don't need them. So, you know, you may not know, you may not get any weather predictions anytime soon. Yeah, the hurricanes and tornadoes. Yeah, them the people that monitor that stuff, Carmen. They got rid of a whole bunch of them. They hollowed that agency out too. So, yeah, Lisa, while we take this lightly, that's pretty accurate, Yes. These people are heartless. And stupid. Just plain stupid. So, and it's just so much more every day. More stupidity, more dumb shit every day. Say maybe the hurricane could send you to Ukraine. Well, I wouldn't bet on it. I tell you what, if I had to make a wish, maybe send them fools to Ukraine. But I'm really serious about that military thing. Because, see, right now, recruitment in the military is at an all-time low. It's been low for years. And who's going to the military right now? Who's volunteering? What idiot would volunteer to go in our military today? You had to be some piece of work to volunteer to go into the military, our military, today. Knowing you're going to have commanders, you're going to have lieutenants and captains and all sorts of military leaders with no experience and no sense. You know, Charles, I don't know if this gonna get fixed. You know, sometimes it's got to get broken. You know, and start all over. I don't know. They just getting started breaking. It's been a month. Look how much destruction they've done in 1 month. One month. Mexico hates us. Canada hates us. After the day, the rest of the world hates us. China and Russia already hated us. Panama hates us. Denmark hates us. They putting people in the streets by the thousands. Okay? They're firing and laying off people by the thousands. What's that going to do to the economy? Congress, the Republican Congress, just passed their rendition of a bill that takes $880 billion out of Medicaid. If you're on Medicaid or know somebody who is, the only thing standing in the way is a Republican Senate. Are they equally as crazy? Probably. So we'll see how that turns out. Look at the destruction after 1 month. This is crazy. This is crazy. And it's about to get warm. And you know when it gets warmer, people get madder. They do crazier stuff. They've been in the house all winter. They got cabin fever. You got people been inside all winter trying to get back and forth to work. And you done turned around and you done fired them and laid them off. They ain't getting no money because the states ain't got no money because you done cut off all the federal funding. So, what's next? How long before all of the companies start laying off and firing, which has already started? That started too. Oh, it's getting ready to get ugly. Hey, Ronnie, I need you here. Yeah, as a matter of fact, let's not forget measles, bird flu. And let me ask you a question. Why they killing all the chickens? And the chickens ain't the one that's doing the flying. Shouldn't they be killing the ducks and the geese? Oh my gosh. Civil War is next. Well, I tell you what. This Civil War may take a shape that we wasn't expecting. Wonder how many MAGA people are sorry they elected Trump. Well, Carmen, I bet that number's growing. I don't know how many it is, but I bet that number's getting bigger every day. You know, 6,000 people got notices, 7,000 people got notices. It's Friday. They got notices. 7,000 on top of the 200,000 already out. Absolutely. So we'll see. Oh, matter of fact, they give me something to work on over the weekend. I forgot to try and get in touch with that Trump supporter. You know, I try and get him down here next week. We'll ask him what he thinks. I already know what he's gonna say. He had a few sips of the Kool-Aid. Oh, hey, Ronnie, I just had that thought. I'm gonna try and get him down here next week. It was a scheduling issue this week. He was gonna come down. He called me and told me he had something else going. I was literally supposed to call him yesterday, and that slipped my mind. So I'm trying to, and he's working a off shift right now. So try to get him down here next week. So anyway, hey y'all, look, this is gonna be a rough one. This is gonna be a rough one. But we gonna get through it some kind of way. We gonna get through it. So anyway, as usual, if you feel like sending me anything, that's the email. I appreciate y'all for coming and hanging out with me. Who knows what's going to happen over the weekend? You know, this is crazy as all get out. Who even thought something like this could be happening in America? Wow. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Come on back Monday, 7 p.m. And man, we'll talk about it again. Hey, stay healthy, stay safe, keep your head on a swivel, and I'll see you Monday. Take it easy.